I am so bad at finishing my projects. It's a terrible habit that I have. I start projects and I don't finish them. I mean, look at Super Meat Boy Safestrats. For crying out loud, I'm not even applesauce anymore. I mean, I am, but like I'm changing to John the Apple. But for Super Meat Boy Safestrats, that changes today. Because today is the day that I finally finish this tutorial. Alright, here we go. Let me pull out my script. For 6-1, there's two main obstacles you'll have to overcome. The first is that your screen will flash white when you first enter the level, similar to how it did in 5-1. This just means you'll have to be able to do the first few seconds of the level blind. The second is this jump right here. It's a strict jump and it's risky because of the saw, but it's definitely worth learning because it means you get to skip all of the keys. Start by jumping onto this half block. Then, while holding sprint, release left and jump. Pretty much immediately after jumping, hold left again. If you hold left too soon, you'll bonk onto this edge and fail the jump. That's not as bad as holding left too late, which will cause you to run into this buzzsaw and die. Definitely practice this jump a lot and pray really hard when you get here in a real run. For 6-2, there's not too much to safe strat about this level. What you're seeing is the first strat that I learned, but there's more strats out there involving auto jumps and stuff. Do what you're comfortable with and practice it. For 6-3, there's a few tips that I have. The first is the beginning. If you sprint right at the beginning and jump onto the first moving platform and run off, you are very likely to be able to land on the second moving platform. I say very likely because occasionally you'll fall short and also fall to your death. Personally, I always go for this, but it's up to you. The second tip comes after you've acquired both keys. Jump back on top of the room that contained the first key. Jump to this wall, get as high as you can on this wall, and jump off. Activate auto jump to catch this ledge, then continue with the level. "6-4 was my least favorite level when I first started out speedrunning. Not only is there not really a safe strat, you can't even take your time and be careful. The level demands that you move fairly quickly, and to make matters worse, any fast strat relies on catching cycles. Definitely a level you'll just have to pick some form of a strategy and practice it. 6-5 has a few tricks you can use to make your life easier. First, if you walk to this edge and sprint off, you'll consistently slip in between the buzzsaws. Second is beating this level without getting the key. What you see is me getting the key, but I highly recommend learning keyless because it's faster and is, in my opinion, more consistent. I will have a link to the tutorial on how to do that in the description. Lastly is the last part of the level. There's these saws here that are actually pretty easy to jump through if you weren't feeling the pressure of having just done all of the rest of 6-5. The way I'd like to do this is by walking. Meat Boy actually walks at a really good pace to jump through all of these saws. With that, it's time for the final boss. Your first objective is to jump over the saw wall on the right. I will show you one possible way to do it. When you get to these dark bricks, align Meat Boy with the bricks, then jump off and curve around onto this wall here. From there, jump up a few times and jump over the saws. Proceed through the rest of the level at any sort of comfortable pace. And once you reach the boss arena, hit the button up top, then stand on the button on the right. Hug the right wall as you wait for Dr. Fetus to arrive. The reason for this is Dr. Fetus fires a rocket at you when he enters the room, and the hitbox of the explosion is actually big enough to kill you if you're hugging the left wall. Once Dr. Fetus starts falling, mash something to skip the cutscene, and get ready for the escape. Okay, pause. Look, the escape is not particularly difficult. It's just 20 seconds of platforming until the end of the run, but it's the easiest spot to choke on because you're so close to the end. Unfortunately, there's not really a safe strat for this either. I suggest finding a strat that times in at around 20 seconds and practicing it to death. Don't be afraid to grind these 20 seconds for hours. Warm up and warm down by doing some escapes. Like, seriously, I cannot stress the importance of these final 20 seconds enough. Practice it. When you think you've got it, take a break and come back and practice it some more. You'll thank me later when you're on PB pace, you're standing on the button, you're shaking from adrenaline, you can't think straight, but you managed to nail the escape and the PB because you practiced so much. Anyways, here's how I do the escape. Once you complete the escape, congratulations to you for finishing a Super Meat Boy any % run, and to me for finally finishing this tutorial. If you want to learn more strats, get advice, or find people to race with, definitely check out the Super Meat Boy speedrunning Discord, which will be linked below. You might even see me poking around in there from time to time, though honestly I haven't played this game in so long I've practically retired at this point. But with all that said, whether you're a completely new SMP speedrunner, or you're my boy lad a copy just here to listen to my voice and poke at me about it later, thank you so much for watching my Super Meat Boy Safe Strats tutorial, and may you be blessed with many 3-cycle Larrys.